Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. A pleasant good evening and welcome to News Desk. 45 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. We broadcast from Dupont Road, Painesville, outside the nation's capital, Monrovia. In the headlines tonight, more congratulatory messages continue to pour for Liberia upon her election as non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, with the latest coming from the United States Embassy near Monrovia. Sando County Senator Naketa Duncan writes the Liberian plenary of the Liberian Senate to invite Firestone Liberia, as Lametta and B Mountain Mining Corporations. Single Mothers Association of Liberia champion calls for increased support for single mothers and underprivileged children across Liberia. And away from Liberia, Congolese government banned the media from reporting on activities of former President Joseph Kabila. These plus many more, the reading of the news summary, sports are all packaged on today's edition of the program News Desk. We take a break to be back.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
on Ria TV,
into True FM 96.1.
Many thanks for rejoining us. We're empowered by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah. Anchoring at this point, we join Naketa Roberts to set the pace with the reading of the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, Johnson. Good evening, everyone. The United States Embassy near Monrovia has congratulated Liberia on her occasion marking her election to the United Nations Security Council. The message was channeled to Justice Minister Uzwe Twe when U.S. Ambassador to Liberia Mark Turner visited his office on Wednesday. During the visit, Ambassador Turner extended his heartfelt congratulations to the government and people of Liberia on this significant diplomatic achievement and commended Liberia for its increasing role in promoting global peace and security. He emphasized that Liberia's achievements is a major milestone and a testament of the country's renewed international standing and commitment to global democratic governance. Ambassador Turner lauded Minister Twe for his leadership at the Ministry of Justice and employ him to continuously exercise due diligence in the discharge of his duties to rebuild public trust in the justice system. He stressed the importance of accountability and credibility in the justice system that will ensure that the ends of justice is prioritized, that all Liberians can have renewed faith in the justice system. In response, Minister Twe expressed gratitude for the visit and reiterated Liberia's commitment to strengthening the rule of law and enhancing access to justice for all Liberians. The Attorney General also assured the U.S. envoy that Liberia's role on the Security Council will be guided by principles of peace, justice, and collaboration with relevant international partners and institutions. Both parties reaffirmed their shared interest in advancing the justice sector reform, regional stability, and mutual diplomatic interests. Sano County Senator Creighton Duncan has written the plenary of the Liberian Senate, craving its indulgence to invite Firestone, Mintar Steel, and Beer Mountain mining companies. According to the communication, Senator Duncan called on his colleagues to inquire from the companies why the slight changes in their names. According to Honorable Duncan, he believes those changes in the names of the companies to Liberia should have a positive interest on the country's economy. Senator Duncan communication further craved his colleagues to inquire from the companies if Liberians or shareholders in those companies are in that honor wealth creation and economic empowerment with specific areas in terms of profit sharing. The executive director of the Raquel Single Mothers Association, Madam Sata Hall, is calling for increased support for single mothers and underprivileged children across Liberia. Madam Hall noted that the challenges faced by these vulnerable groups are substantial and require a collective efforts to effectively address them. She emphasized that skills training programs and access to fundings are critical in empowering single mothers and erasing the burdens they face. As part of her organization's commitment, Madam Hall pledged that the Raquel Single Mothers Association will provide skill training and financial support to over 100,000 single mothers and children in District Number 15, Maserado County. She made the assertion recently in an interview with journalists when the institution launched its membership drive. The Liberia National Bar Association has congratulated the government and people of Liberia on the historic election of the country as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. The LMBA considers the victory as a giant step in the right direction, reflecting Liberia's growing global standing, commitment to peace and international cooperation, and relevance among the Committee of Nations. In a press release issued Wednesday in Monrovia, the Liberia National Bar Association said the country's election is not just a moment of national pride, but also places Liberia in a strategic position to contribute meaningfully to global peace, security, and diplomacy. The bar, however, noted that as Liberia assumes this critical role, the country must continue to adhere and demonstrate democratic governance, the rule of law, and responsible international engagements. The statement calls the bar's president, Councillor Bodo Vama, as expressing the bar's continuous commitment to supporting national and international initiatives and strengthens justice, accountability, and the rule of law. In another development, the Liberia National Bar Association, headed by its chairman, Bono Varman, has held talks with the president of the University of Liberia, Dr. Lady Myean. The meeting was held when the bar leadership paid an acquaintance visit to Dr. Myean on May 27, 2025. During the visit, the Liberia National Bar Association extended heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Myean on her appointment and expressed best wishes for a successful and impactful tenure as she assumes the leadership of the nation's premier institution of higher learning at a pivotal time in its history. In a statement issued Wednesday, the bar reaffirmed its support to Dr. Myean and underscored the significance of her leadership in transforming the University of Liberia into a center of excellence and innovation. As an institution with the vested interest in the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law, run by the university administration, the LMBA emphasized the importance of preserving and strengthening the semi-autonomy of the law school by allowing it to independently seek financial support for its operation and manage its own finances, subject to administrative oversight by the university. Among other things, the bar called for reactivation of the international exchange program, particularly partnerships such as the previous one with the Indiana University. In remarks, the president of the University of Liberia, Dr. Lady Myean, expressed gratitude to the LMBA for the visit and support and reaffirmed her commitment to reposition the University of Liberia on the global stage. The Office of the Establishment for World and Economic Crimes Court has congratulated Liberia on her election as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. Liberia was overwhelmingly voted on Tuesday in New York, the United States, along with the Democratic Republic of Congo, as non-permanent members of the UNSC. OX, in a press release issued on Wednesday, believes this achievement would have been difficult if Liberians had not united in supporting their government, something is said is a clear demonstration of national unity. According to the Office of the Establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court, the level of unity demonstrated during the campaign is a manifestation that Liberians can achieve greater things among the committed of the nation. OWEC lauded President Joseph Boakai for his displays of leadership as designated to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and her theme. Meanwhile, opposition Liberty Party has extended congratulations to President Joseph Boakai and the government of Liberia following the country's historic election to the United Nations Security Council as a non-permanent member. According to the LP, this significant achievement is being hailed as both a diplomatic milestone and a testament of Liberia's enduring commitment to peace, democracy, and multilateral cooperation. In a statement issued on Wednesday, Liberty Party National Secretary General Martin C. Collet lauded the victory as a source of national pride and international recognition in Liberia's leadership on the global stage. Liberia's return to the Security Council is particularly noteworthy. That's noteworthy given the nation's stories. That's history in peacekeeping and conflict resolution. Meanwhile, Liberia International Student Alliance congratulated the government and people of Liberia for the country's election on the non-permanent seat of the United Nations Security Council, describing the election of Liberia on the non-permanent seat as a milestone achievement for the nation, Africa, and the world at large. A release from the student body states that the election of Liberia to the international body is a repeat of Liberia's service on the UN Security Council in 1961. As such, Liberia is expected to explore more opportunities to the world. Meanwhile, the Liberia International Student Alliance has re-echoed calls for the establishment of Liberia's embassy in India. The call by the student body, according to the release, is triggered by the numerous challenges students and Liberians residing in India are faced with due to the lack of access to diplomatic means of channeling their grievances in that foreign nation. The release lamented that it is unfortunate for the government of Liberia claiming to strong diplomatic ties with India, but yet an embassy has not been established in that Asian country. The president of the Yana Boss Association of Liberia, Emmanuel Kabakoli, wants Liberians to seize the opportunity presented by the country's recent election to the non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council to reconcile and rebuild the nation. Speaking at a news conference shortly after Liberia's election was confirmed, Kabakoli said the Liberian government applauded the Liberian government for what he describes as a historic victory that places the country on a non-permanent global stage. On Tuesday, Liberia was among several nations elected to serve a 2-year term on the Security Council beginning January 2026. The country would join Denmark, Greece, Pakistan, Panama, and Somalia, which were elected last year and will serve through 2026. Myean County District 5 Representative Clarence Guy has donated 20 motorbikes to commercial motorcyclists operating along the Kakata to Wall Road corridor in Myean County. Accordingly, the donation is in fulfillment of a written and signed agreement between Representative Guy and more than 60 motorcyclists who pledged their support to his re-election during the 2023 electoral period. The agreement committed the motorcyclists to assisting Representative Guy in grassroots mobilization outreach, spreading his re-election messages to the district's most remote areas, with the lawmaker promising to empower them with logistics to boost their livelihood and economic viability upon winning. The presentation was held on Wednesday, June 4, 2025, and brought together local chiefs, others, stakeholders, and residents of Myean Electoral District 5. Speaking at the handover ceremony, Representative Gar lauded the dedication and unity shown by the cyclists during the campaign period, acknowledging their pivotal role in his successful re-election bid. He called on every member of the Motorcyclists Union in Myean District 5 to hold together and work in unity for the success of the consignment of motorcycles that has been given to the union, urging the leadership to use the bags for its intended purposes. Meanwhile, the motorcyclists applauded the lawmaker for his gesture and promised to use the bags for its intended purpose. Myean County District 3 representative has described the Bwaka government progress as testament of responsible leadership. Momoba said he, as an opposition lawmaker, is proud of the unity. That's Maserati County District 3 representative Smomoba has described the Bwaka government progress as testament of responsible leadership. Smomoba said he, as an opposition lawmaker, is proud of the Unity Party government over major impacts in less than 3 years. The District 3 lawmaker noted that no amount of politics can discredit the gains that the Bwaka leadership has made in the country. Representative Moba referenced the recent election of Liberia as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. Moba, who was elected on the All Liberia Party ticket, made the statement Wednesday at the Recovery of Economic Activity to One Liberia Informal Sector Employment Project Program. Action Aid Liberia, in collaboration with the Ministry of Internal Affairs and local partners with fundings from the Swedish Embassy, will host a one-day national cultural festival on Friday, June 6, 2025 at the Banga Sports Stadium in Bon County. According to an Action Aid release, the event, which is geared towards promoting girls' and women's health rights and celebrating harmless cultural practices that tend to affect their lives and advancement, will be held under the theme Celebrating Culture and Empowering Change. The release emphasized that the one-day cultural celebration marks a pivotal moment in Liberia's efforts to eliminate harmful traditional practices that affect women while preserving and promoting positive cultural traditions. Liberia's healthcare system marked a significant milestone on Tuesday with the dedication of the country's first ever cardiology unit at the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, a state-of-the-art facility made possible through support of the People's Republic of China. The People's Republic of China dedicated the first ever cardiology unit to JFK Medical Center aimed at strengthening the nation's response to cardiovascular and non-communicable diseases. Briefly, out of Liberia now, the Congolese government has banned the media from reporting on the activities of former President Joseph Kabila and interviewing members of his party. This comes after Kabila returned to the Democratic Republic of Congo last month amid heated tension between himself and the government led by his successor, President Felix Tshisekedi. The authorities are pushing to prosecute Kabila amid accusations of treason and alleged links to the M23 rebels, which have been fighting the army, something he has previously denied. That's RCR News Bulletin is back to Johnson Gbarntolmah for the coordination or continuation of News Decks.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
Truth FM 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala if you don't organize yourself in a respectful manner, we'll take your plate.
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Hansen the representative.
Welcome to News and Analysis, 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
Naketa Roberts for bringing us the news bulletin of truth at 6:01. If you're just joining us in one of our top developments, more congratulatory messages continue to pour for Liberia upon her election as non-permanent member of the United Security Council, with the latest coming from the United States Embassy near Monrovia. Let's bring it up first development on the program. The Chief Executive Officer of the Raphael Single Mothers Association, Madam Sata Hill, is calling for increased support for single mothers and underprivileged children across Liberia. Madam Hill noted that the challenges faced by these vulnerable groups are substantial and require collective effort to effectively address them.
People to support me because we Liberians, we are all one family. Those are the women out there. If God has blessed you, you can see, you can walk in, you support your family. Let us try our way to without all of them. We will be more for the God bless us. We want support for the development, we want support for women, we want support for men, because so we want everybody. What it is a woman and children to bring us support. I've been doing this by myself. And the passion is like working my community, seeing mothers there, who husbands have died. I've been doing it actually. Later holidays, God bless me, I buy rice, chicken, other things, and share with them. So I have been doing it, and I used to do it because I've been looking at our society today. For my analysis, like 95% of real media, like real media, just go through your own background study in communities. You will see mothers are there. Some husbands died during the Ebola, coronavirus, even the war. Some are left alone, even though the men are here, but they are left alone. So because of that, they will see our streets today. Our children are out there because of the single mother issue. But if a woman is in power, peer pressure will not leave the children in the street.
She is the Chief Executive Officer of the Raphael Single Mothers Association. She's Sata Hill there speaking to reporters in Monrovia. Montserrat County District 3 Representative Sumo Moba had described the Barker government progress as a testament of responsible leadership. Sumo Moba said he, as an opposition lawmaker, is proud of the Unity Party government over major impact in less than 3 years. The District 3 lawmaker noted that no amount of politics can discredit the gains that the Barker leadership has made in the country.
This government is doing extremely well. Don't go by the rumor, don't go by the mistake. Liberia, we have to wear masks like Nigeria. And that is the political group. I see this to me. I remember 1952, I was not wrong. We had a first time goes around in Africa. At that time, the environment we had at that time was the best environment on earth. And to see 1952 come back to reality, where we can see a Nigeria standing on the north sea of the United Nations Security Council is a pride. It's a pride for the people of Israel, and it's a pride for the people of Israel. I think this is the thing that when you are a non-permanent member of the United Nations, it shows that you cannot do it, but you have the ability to sustain the existence of funding and foreign aid. Also have the network power to lobby for companies so that people can get jobs, and that would be their skillful thing. But again, yes, rather than for a job well, have been following all of the projects, the issue of planting the trees, the issue of the buildings, have been there monitoring that the problem you is like increasing the skill of our people. And the people of these thank you for taking at least the process and learning something to help yourself. What we have is what the work to the team, to the organization, to the community, to our people. We like to say thank you and proud for us.
He is Massachusetts County District 3 Representative Smo about there speaking Wednesday during the recovery of economic activities to one Liberia formal sector employment project in the district. The president of the Yana Boys Association of Liberia, Emmanuel Kapakoli, wants Liberians to seize the opportunity presented by the country's recent election to a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council to reconcile and rebuild the nation. Speaking at a press conference shortly after Liberia's election was confirmed, Kabakwali, the Liberian president, thanked the Liberian president for what he described as a historic victory that places the country on a permanent global stage.
This is not happy to be one of the most happiest days in my life. And I want to tell the government thank you. And I want to tell the Liberian people thank you. Meaning our foreign affairs minister. Honorable Pastor, we don't know what to tell you, but God is the one that guides you. We want to tell you thank you for the hard work of Mama Liberia. By taking Liberia from down to somewhere. We know what they call 181 votes. I tell you that almost everybody voted for Liberia. So it's a powerful people who love you, who will continue to love you. And Mr. President and your team, we want to tell you thank you. We want to tell you thank you. Because when this is happening, it tells you that it brings joy to Liberia. We love this country. There is nothing we have. Only this country. And as so happy today is one of the most happiest days in my life as Ghana board president. When we came up, since 1961, today we find ourselves to this position. It's a proud of our country. This is not about party, this is not about blue, it's not about red, it's not about anything. But we should be happy, we Liberians, we should celebrate, we should love our country. Because this is not about party, it's about our country. It's Liberia benefit, we all benefit. And one thing I want to show people, everybody can be equal. But what I have to say, I'm rather in peace than the Israel in here. You can see me, I'm so happy. Today is one of the most happiest days in my life. As I speak now, all of the Yana board in and out of Monrovia are jubilating. I'm speaking as a leader that Honorable Walker, the Honorable Minister, Bessler, you brought pride to our country. This is what we've been yearning for. Our country needs to be up there on the map. This is what we want. We Liberians. This foreign minister is one of the best foreign ministers in the Republic of Liberia. Those people who are paid signing off, they were paid. I will say to you, they were paid. And I will tell you today, look, my brother, this is our country. We need more than 25 best looking Liberia. We need people who stand for our cause. We need people who stand to make our country better for the young people.
Emmanuel Kabakwali is the president of the Yana Boys Association of Liberia there speaking. Sano County Senator Creighton Duncan has written the plenary of the Liberian Senate craving its indulgence to invite Firestone, Meta Steel, and B Mountain mining companies. According to the communication, Senator Duncan called on his colleagues to inquire from the companies why there is slight changes in their names. According to what he believes, those changes in the names of the companies to Liberia should have a positive interest on the country's economies.
You all know that Liberians are not included in the exploration of natural resources, which is all being right on the left. Started moving for started to fight change the mindset of in the form of the vision for language That's how the community here and law and how the right to do. The new law, according to the true law of you and our opinions should be given their full right. But if our opinions can have not all, we in here, nothing is going on. Yes, it's done. And so that's why I come to the going with the church. And also, powerful and powerful. Teaching their needs so that you and the other because there is a finish of life. It is an opinion company. I mean, the opinion company, the opinion, really say our opinion company. Along with that, it is our additional benefit. I can get it by each and every opinion company.
He is Sando County Senator Creighton Donkey there speaking upon his communication to the Liberian Senate, craving the indulgence of his colleagues to invite Firestone Metal Steel and B Mountain Mining Companies to the plenary. If you are just joining us, please be informed that this is News Desk 45 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Residence Communications Incorporated. We are here every weekday from Mondays to Friday. Today is Wednesday, the 4th day of June 2025. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah presenting in the headlines more congratulatory messages continue to pull for Liberia upon her election as non-permanent member on the United Nations Security Council, with the latest coming from the United States Embassy near Monrovia. Sando County Senator Creighton Donkey writes the Liberian Senate to invite Firestone, Metal Steel, and B Mountain Mining Companies. Single Mothers Association of Liberia champion calls for increased support for single mothers and underprivileged children across Liberia. And away from Liberia, Congolese government banned the media from reporting on activities of former President Joseph Kabila. We'll take this break to be right back. Many thanks for rejoining us. We sincerely apologize. We cannot bring you the partial of live sports, but let's continue with more development on the program news desk. Magibi County District 5 Representative Clarence Gar has donated 20 motorbikes to commercial motorcyclists operating along the Kakata to Wong Road corridor in Magibi County. Accordingly, the donation is in fulfillment of a written and signed agreement between Representative Gar and more than 60 motorcyclists who pledged their support to his re-election bid during the 2023 presidential and legislative election. The agreement committed the motorcyclists to assisting Representative Clarence Gar in grassroots mobilization outreach, spurring his election messages to the districts and the remotest area, and with the lawmakers promising to empower them with logistics to boost their livelihood and economic viability upon winning. Speaking at the handover ceremony, Representative Clarence Gar lauded the dedication and unity shown by the cyclists during the campaign period, acknowledging their pivotal role in his successful re-election bid.
They see the meat, but the hungry, they don't have patience. But if you like, you are one of us. You are not just a family, you are family and progress. As of today, that's no one using for care. I think that was the difference in the You are being used now for yourself.
He is Maggie County District 5 Representative Clarence Gard. They're handing over keys of over 30 motor bags to motorcyclists in the area. Meanwhile, the motorcyclist applauded the lawmaker for his gesture and promised to use the bags for its intended purpose.
And young people of Saturday from Benacra, especially when the Borona group, I appreciate you. Pray that they should be the end. I'll get you and you already with me. Anywhere you go, everywhere you at, we'll continue to be with Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
He is a representative of the motorcyclists receiving the keys of over 20 motorbikes presented by Maggie County District 5 Representative Clarence Gard. Earlier on, you heard the voice of Clarence Gard. He is the representative or two-term representative of District 5 in Maggie County, taking us home on today's edition of the program News Desk as we take leave of you, a recap of our major developments. More congratulatory messages continue to pour for Liberia upon her election as non-permanent member on the United Nations Security Council, with the latest coming from the United States Embassy near Monrovia. Sano County Senator Creighton Duncan writes the Liberian Senate to invite Firestone, Metasteel, and B Mountain Mining Companies. Single Mothers Association of Liberia champion calls for increased support for single mothers and underprivileged children across Liberia. And away from Liberia, Congolese government banned the media from reporting on activities of former President Joseph Kabila. I'd love to say many thanks to our writers, contributors, correspondents for making today's edition of the program a success. Thanks to a feeder radio station for relaying this broadcast. Naketa Roberts was here with the reading of the news bulletin. Kobo Sanga Sarah controlled and produced the sounds. Maya Torben, as usual, was behind the camera. Thanks to Orange Liberia and Echo Liberia Limited for their sponsorship. My name is Johnson Gbarntolmah. I presented. Good night.